you can't analyze, so you just feel things. Mm-hmm. And so when you feel things, you can see that Netanyahu is an insane person. You can see that he's demonic. You can see that he's a maniac. And you have already been propagandized to think that your country, America, is truth, justice, liberty, freedom, and everything good and wonderful. So how does it compute that America is supporting this war criminal, genocidal maniac? Because you can't understand that that's what your country is anyway. That's what they stand for. That's what they were built from. But because you don't understand that, and because you see this apparent contradiction, the only conclusion that you can draw is that, Netanyahu is actually running things. Actually, America is subservient to him. That's the only way that America could possibly support this kind of criminal. Because again, you can't admit the criminal character of your own country. So to come up with an explanation for why America is, quote unquote, going along with this, is that they're being controlled, and that all of the members of Congress are all being blackmailed because they've been, because of Epstein or Diddy or what have you, that you have, they're being honey trapped, and then videos are made of them, and then they're blackmailed so that they'll support Israel. Otherwise, they would never do such a thing. And so it comes down to the old, the Jews are in control.
Right.
The Zionists are in control, and Washington has no power. This is the really, really emotional, simplistic, and propagandized and self-absolving way that you have of explaining it.
Yeah, it's particularly exhausting when Muslims are involved in this kind of thought processes, this view.
But which Muslims are those, Jen? That's Muslims in the West. Most of the time, it's Muslims in the West.
Yeah, Muslims in the West and Muslims who are influenced heavily on what the discourse is in the West. Because you can't seem to believe that you can get any assessment on reality elsewhere or outside of the West.
Well, I think you find it like it's either Muslims in the West who are themselves have colonized mentalities, and are themselves subject to the propaganda about America being a great, wonderful, virtuous country, even though most of them are only in that country because America destroyed their fathers and their grandfathers' country, and they're over there because it's safer to be in the gun tower than to be in the sites of the gun tower. But they're propagandized and indoctrinated, so they believe all of these lies about how wonderful and virtuous America is. And then you'll find in like the Muslim world, you'll find people who will parrot those same tropes, those same excuses, and those same conspiracy theories that the Zionists are actually in control. Because that's the people who are saying that are from the colonized segment of the population. Because everybody else knows what America is. Everybody knows that no one needs to arm twist America into being violent and brutal.
Yeah, the virtuous.
Yeah.
Good people.
Yeah.
Hardworking.
I mean, this is what I'm saying. Normal people understand. Normal rank and file people in the Muslim world, in the global South, they all understand that America is a brutal, savage country and always has been. But the collaborator class, the class of people among the colonized countries who were generally speaking from the collaborator class, the people who collaborated with the colonizers, they believe the lies about the West. They believe the lies about America. So they have the same position as Muslims or people from the global South who are in the West who have a Western mentality. They adopt a Western mentality because they themselves are alienated from their own country. And also, they have benefited from the brutality of the West, from the brutality of America, because they were collaborating with it.
Yeah.
So they have benefited from that. So they take they participate in the delusion. They participate in propagating the mythology about America and about the West.